Hi everyone, welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. I'm Lark and I'm a Wisconsin gardener in a senior living community. So I'm gardening on a small scale in 3 raised beds. This gardening area is next to a wetland that is pretty dry right now. I think I see some elderberry in there. Where do I see it? Right there. I'll be taking a walk over there when those berries start coming. Elderberry. So like I said, I do raised bed gardening on a budget with lots of seniors. We each have a plot or 2 or 3, and it's fenced in. Cyclone fence, only like 4 foot high. But the beds are closely put together. So I'm guessing that's why the deer have not decided to jump in here yet. Few in ground. And higher raised beds, wooden, with treated lumber. And that's why I am doing, and I bought my own galvanized beds, but they made some nice raised beds here. Really looks good this year. Mine are galvanized and they're about 12 inches high, 4 by 8. I'm going to give you an update on how things are growing. Pretty good. We had hail damage. And I have slug damage. So I am using slug bait, iron phosphate, and what I do at night is just water a portion, a small portion, every so many feet. And then the slugs are attracted to that area. I don't water the whole garden, but every night for about a week or 2, I am going to be putting slug bait down. And it's gone in the morning, so they have to be dying off. This is a bush type summer squash, midnight lightning. Doesn't get real big, about 7 to 8 inches, but enough for Dave and I and enough to share. These are my peppers. This is a red bell. And I am getting a few peppers on here right now. I do support them a little bit with a smaller tomato cage. Basils, a lot of basil in here. And I've been picking quite a bit of it to keep it bushy. My tomatoes. Yep, these do look familiar if you watch my old videos from when I gardened at home. I am using concrete reinforcing mesh, and they're old. I got them out of the dumpster, and they were rusted then, so they're pretty old. I'd say at least 20 years old, 25 years old. My tomatoes are starting to get fungus, but we have in the 90s, and then the next day or 2, it'll be down in the 48, 49. So I've been taking leaves off. I am in hope that I get some nice tomatoes this year. I sure hope so. This is a beefsteak, a Juliet cherry that I started from seed. The other ones I bought, plants, organic plants. Some variegated nasturtiums. And another beefsteak that I started from seed. The one that got fungus on it is I bought. Now the one cherry tomato, Sweet Million, has no fungus on it. It's looking really good. They're the, I've never grown this one before, Sweet Million. More basil for later. A few kohlrabi. I planted seed. Doesn't get a whole lot of sun in here, so we'll see. More, I think 3 plants of Big Bertha. And then some small, I just started, Indian Empress nasturtium. They have that blue-green leaf with a real brilliant red-orange. Daikon radish. This, you might ask, what is this? It's got pointies on it, and it keeps the critters or birds from pecking them right now. More nasturtiums. Next year I don't need so many nasturtiums, but you don't know what's going to die off and what is going to live. So I rather have too many than not enough. I do have a couple zucchini on there. And I don't know if I'm doing right, but these leaves get so big that I've been pruning them so they don't shade everything else. I don't take many off, maybe 2 a week. A cucumber over on the north side of the garden, so it gets less shade than over where I'm going to show you last probably. Some borage. And then I just did a planting of bachelor buttons and calendula along this fence line on the inside. Because on the outside, the bunnies have been eating it. And I do want to dry my calendula. And I like bachelor buttons for cut flowers, so we'll try them inside. My first planting of beets. They're coming nicely, especially now that I put some slug bait down, because I eat the greens too. Carrots. The first planting of daikon radish. Pretty closely planted. Parsley, and look what's on it. Can you see it? Yep, monarch. Swiss chard. That is the rainbow series. I have 3 of those. And I share them. And then some type of romaine I seeded later. This gets shade in high noon, probably from 11 to 1. It gets shade. More daikon. I think I'm going to have daikon to share. More slug bait because they're liking the daikon. Peas are doing fantastic. They like the cool weather that we have had. I am using red twigs for a trellis that I pruned those probably in April, so I didn't have any leaves to take off of them. And they're working out good, but I planted so close, the peas, and the wind just took it. We had some high wind shears go through here. But I have enough peas to eat and share. In fact, we have a barbecue once a month here outside a cookout, and I made buttered pea pods. They like them. I also made a salad with all my crazy greens in it, and they ate that all up. Cilantro, I have a lot going to seed, so I'm going to just be pulling some of this. In fact, I am going to be pulling, I'd say those peas are going to get pulled in about a month. And then I will plant some more fall type, maybe some brassicas, broccoli, maybe some spinach, that type of thing. Cool season crops. Here I have garlic chives, perennial, some more parsley, and then more slug bait because they're eating my green beans. Now I can see that it's getting new growth. Plus, baby bunny got in through the gate. Now, we have cyclone, and then can you see this chicken wire behind it? It's buried in the ground. So they aren't coming in here. I checked for digging under. That chicken wire is dug in the ground too. So they're coming in under the gate, and we have such a hard time because you can't dig it under when you open the gate. So we're just waiting for the bunny to get so big he can't fit under the gate. Some second planting of beets. A lone sunflower. A birdie must have pooped that. And then some scarlet runner beans. Now in my video, a couple videos ago, I told you that I'm growing scarlet runner beans. There's 3 plants on that side. And then there's 3 plants on this side. And I plan on it going up the fence, which it is. It's getting to the top here. And then I'm putting my saplings in, and I'm going to make an arch over this way to this side with willow branches. And hope that the scarlet runner bean will be trained to go up and over. I do have some borage planted because I want the blue. There's a tiny plant there, and there's several around this fence. And then I'm going to let them go to seed. So borage seeds and comes back nicely. Maybe too much, but then I'll have blue flowers on this fence, and I'll like that. Right now I have it in with the garlic here. Pretty blue. Yep, they said yesterday at the cookout, "What are those blue flowers in your salad, Lark?" I smiled and I said, "Come down to the garden and check them out." My garlic. I'd say 2 weeks. We harvested the scapes. There's about 100 cloves in there, that 4x4 area. So we'll have a lot of garlic, but I do eat a lot of garlic. I eat about a clove, at least a clove a day. Chives I cut down because it was going to seed. More parsley and some more basil, just because I had it. You know, 3 Pillars bought a whole bunch of it, and I didn't want it being wasted, so I planted it here and just share it with people. Another planting, I thought I got rid of it, but I must have left a little in of chives. So that's okay. I can have 2. That's a younger plant. Then I keep my tools in there. I keep my tools in plastic bags for plant picking, so I don't have to remember to bring one down each time I come down to the garden. And then this is my broccoli and kale and stuff I don't want the white butterfly in here laying its eggs. So I do have some slug damage, and that's it. Little slug damage, not too bad. I do eat the broccoli leaves. I cook them up just like you would collards or kale, Swiss chard. And then more kale. So I think I have 3 kales in here and 3 broccolis. And then some dill that reseeded from last year, and some more cilantro that's seeded from last year. And then I planted dill in here. See, and between. I'm surprised it's doing so good, but it's okay. It's going to be coming to a head. And then I will be planting more where I said the peas are coming out. So some more cucumbers. We have, these are mine. I started from seed, Market More. And then I wasn't sure if those were going to come. So I planted straight 8. I bought a plant. I've never grown those. Then I use the concrete reinforcement. Our maintenance man got me some more from where they have a new project going in. So I'm using it for my cucumbers this year. Now over on the fence line here where I said I'm planting, I have planted peas all along here. We do have a young bunny that's eating on these. I have a tomato from last year coming up, and it's the Juliet. So I'm anxious to see. It's an F1, so it might not come from true to what I'm expecting. But we'll see. I wanted to experiment with that. I can always use a few more tomatoes. So what I'm finding with using straw as a mulch, or in fact any kind of mulch I would think, is the soil stays moist and it attracts slugs. So that's where I'm getting my slug damage. And I don't water too much. I'm trying not to, but we did have a lot of rain. I have a barrage in the center of the tomatoes here. And then my herbs on the other side of the fence. I started out and that was yarrow over there. And we have peppermint. And yes, I'm trying to contain it. But this is the go crazy area, so eventually it will go crazy. We have a daylily that I did not plant, but I planned on eating the flowers. But the deer got it. That's okay. Stay out of my garden, though. Then the lavender. It's doing well. Should be blooming in about a week. You can see some buds on it. And then the wild yarrow. Oh, and nettle. Stinging nettle. It's doing good. Now that over here I don't water too often, but I think I will water it tomorrow. And we haven't had rain for a week. It did get down to 49 last night. So these tomato cages, can you see them? I have them, the ones people aren't using, I have them on the fence here. Because behind me, it's an in-ground garden, and nothing will block a deer from, you know, look like there's obstacles in there. So I put these up here, so maybe the deer won't jump in this area. Now I don't think, like I said before, they're going to jump in this area because it's too close, and they might break a leg or something. So I think that's what keeps them out of here. So far, so good. So then I said yarrow, and then we have some spearmint. And I use these daily. Horseradish, I use for making fire cider. And then lemon balm for my nighty-night tea. And oregano daily for my bone broth soup in the morning. And then I have my, oh, can you see? Tucked in back there is some rosemary. I bought a plant of it at Christmas and then brought it outside. And then I seeded some plantain in there, and the seed is coming. Can't see it, but I do a plantain. And, oh, where is my... It's being covered up by the lemon balm, but I have some creeping thyme back there. The common white one. And a curly dock. Curly dock is a wild native herb, and I eat it as a green. And then behind that, you'll see a little sage plant, and that's coming back from last year, and I planted some new seed. So in this area here, my barked area, this is all go crazy plants. The straw on the path is working out good. Very few weeds. Cardboard and straw. Over here, Dave has started spraying weeds in this granite area with 30% vinegar. And he mixes it with, he has to come back and do another shot of vinegar. That's my doorbell. We have one of those doorbell cameras. It's letting me know somebody's coming in or going out. So anyways, this 30% vinegar seems to be working good. So I'm going to use it on the fence line. 3 Pillars is still up in the air or dragging their feet with when they're going to finish this. I guess they're going to put the red granite in here also. So they have to give it leveled out, and I got a feeling they're going to wait till fall. But I'm definitely going to get them on it for fall. So it's done by spring. So that's it, my gardening friends. Thanks for stopping by again and seeing the update and the progress. But everybody seems to be doing good this year in their gardens. And the in-ground, the raised beds, the containers. Some have flowers, some have veggie and flowers. They're doing good. Some containers aren't even filled yet, those beige containers there. Nobody claimed them yet, but we have new people moving in. Fun. It's fun seeing these seniors grow stuff and get excited about what's growing, what they're eating. And 3 Pillars is really nice to give us options. Somebody made a trellis out of scrap wood. We have a woodworking shop downstairs. They also have this water system they put in. Isn't this great? Look it. We asked for water on this side, and our maintenance man is an ex-plumber, master plumber, so he put in heavy-duty spigots for us, hoses, all the way down the line here. Is that super? Is that super? Look at it. Isn't this great how they are inventing trellises using bamboo and some string? I think they're doing super. Sunflowers. It'll be interesting if they snap off or not in the wind, but right now they're doing super. And they're going to look pretty too. Oh, how much time do I have left? I can't see. Okay, over there. Bocce ball. Can you see that area? We're going to have a bocce ball court. Yep. We're playing tomorrow, probably just on grass, but that's going to be our bocce ball court. Next week, I think they're putting it in. So that's it, my gardening friends. Thank you for stopping by and commenting or chatting. And I want to let you know, this isn't a channel I get paid for. It's just for fun, and hope that I inspire some of you to garden, especially you who have been to my home and seen my gardens there. You have to go back to maybe, oh gosh, 5-10 years ago when I gardened at home. So take care and be safe, stay healthy, and have fun. Bye-bye. Love the sounds. And the linden trees are blooming right now. Oh, the fragrance is beautiful. We don't have smell-o-vision yet. Take care.